guys, welcome back to the House of Hughes. I would be lying if I told you that I was doing okay right now, because I'm not. I've had a very emotional, difficult day just as a mom, and I'm honestly filming right now to try and kind of pull myself out of that because we have a very big day today. I'm about to go get Beckham x-rayed for the potential of him getting approved for SDR surgery. This is our last step in that approval process before we get a consult with the actual doctor. So Hunter's gonna go ahead and come home from work, and he is going to take Blakely for the afternoon, and I'm going to take Beckham up to the hospital to get that x-ray done. I honestly really don't need to do my makeup today, but we do have dinner with some friends after the x-ray, and I wanted to film today, and honestly I just want to stop crying, so I'm hoping if I have makeup on it will make me cry a little bit less. I am a really big believer that you should just let yourself feel things and let yourself cry if you need to, and I've done that for hours today, so I think it's kind of time to pull myself together and start remembering all of the amazing blessings that I have in my life and just try to move forward. I had a big wave of grief today, which I've been open and honest with you guys about. I try really hard not to sugarcoat anything on my channel. It's really important to me, especially with how social media is nowadays. Everyone's just highlighting the most amazing parts of their lives, and oftentimes I'll even find myself like scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on Instagram at the end of the day, and just feeling envy and sadness because of other people's lives and the things that they're going through that seem so perfect, while I'm over here just like grieving and really struggling day to day. So when I started posting on social media across all platforms, I was like, you know, it's just so important to me to be realistic, and I never want anyone to ever come to my page and leave feeling worse. I always want people to feel uplifted, and even if that looks like me sharing my bad days and they simply just feel uplifted because they feel less alone, then that is a win in my book. So I just wanted you guys to know, like, if you're having a really hard day, so am I. You are not alone, but let's put on some makeup. Let's get ourselves together and have a better day, because we have so many things in our lives that we can be grateful for, but it's also really important to allow yourself to grieve if that's something that you need to do to heal. I have to be honest, I could not be more excited for Beckham to be done with this stage of the approval process for SDR. I so badly just want to know if he's going to get approved. A big reason for that is because he won't get approved if the surgery isn't going to help him, or if his body and his like back and bones and literal genetic makeup won't allow for the surgery to be successful. So I feel like Hunter and I have kind of been like on the edge of our seats the past like 6 months, wondering if this is something we're gonna need to do. It's obviously a huge financial investment. It'll be the biggest financial investment we've ever made in Beckham, but very well worth it. It also will impact what insurance we get next year, so we're trying to like rush and get everything done by January 1st. It's also going to be out of state, and we would not take Blakely, so there's just like so many moving parts. It's a really big deal. So that's why we are just so excited to get this approval process done with, so we can kind of start moving on to preparation, or even like acceptance if he doesn't get approved and we realize, you know what, this really can't help him. Either way, we are just excited to get this done. So I am taking him up to the hospital. They will do the x-rays, and then Hunter will set up a consultation with the doctor. The doctor will go over all of the x-rays. He'll also want to see Beckham over Zoom. Like I mentioned, it's not in this state, so we're gonna do everything we can over Zoom appointments, and the first time we will actually go out to the doctor in the hospital, which will be in St. Louis, Missouri, will be for hopefully the actual surgery. Even thinking about all of the moving parts of this process overwhelmed me just a little bit, because obviously it is really hard to think about being away from Blakely for that amount of time, because I think we'd have to be out there for like 2 weeks. Don't quote me on that, I'm just guessing. But that's another thing that will be great about actually getting a consult, is we'll actually know like the details of the surgery, and then I'll be able to share them with you guys. I've only been talking to you guys and filming for like 5 minutes, and I swear to you that I'm already feeling better. This is one of the biggest reasons I started a YouTube channel, because I always feel so much better when I'm filming, like so much better. It brings me so much joy. The only parts of my job that stress me out are honestly sponsorships. But editing and filming, that is just my bread and butter. Like, I love it so much. I've had so many people talk to me about like the potential of getting an editor or getting someone to do my thumbnails or having someone help me film. And I'm like, no, that's my favorite part. Like, that's what I love. I've always been a very therapeutic talker. I process my emotions by talking about them. So even if I'm just talking to a camera, it really helps. Done a few collabs with Beekeepers Naturals, and they are not a part of today's video, but I do love their products. But they sent me this sweat set, and I feel like it's so cute. It's such a moment. I never would have been able to pull off the orange if I hadn't dyed my hair brown. So it's really fun to be able to wear like these types of colors now that I have a different hair color. You guys want to hear something kind of funny? I probably shouldn't say this on the internet, but you guys are my best friends. Hunter and I are literally going over to my ex-boyfriend's house, not the abusive one. I would just like to preface that. We are going over to one of my ex-boyfriends who was so kind and lovely and just awesome. It never ended up working out between the two of us, and we both met our spouses the exact same year, and we ended up living in the exact same place and literally having babies at the exact same time. Like literally we both have 2 kids, and both kids were born in the exact same months of the exact same year. So it's so crazy. Our husbands also did the same thing for a living. Us girls do very similar things for a living. It is just the craziest thing. We ended up living in the same neighborhood, and we go to the same gym, and me and my ex-boyfriend's wife really hit it off, and we get along so well. And everybody is super nice and super cordial because obviously everything worked out exactly the way it was supposed to. And we are literally going over to their house for dinner tonight. So kind of funny, but it's gonna be really, really fun. I like to pat all of my foundation in with a beauty blender after I do it, just so I don't have any brush strokes. And then I will just apply a little bit more anywhere that needs a little bit extra coverage. Beckham has not been to the hospital for an x-ray specifically in quite a while, like honestly over a year. So I am very interested to see how he reacts. Obviously the x-ray is not gonna cause him any pain whatsoever, but Beckham is a lot older now and just a lot more cognitive, and it always surprises me what he recognizes in terms of where we're going. And a lot of that just surfaces in PTSD. Like for example, when we go to the pediatrician, whenever the pediatrician has to take his pants off, he gets extremely scared because he thinks he's gonna get Botox. That has gone down since he started being sedated for Botox, which has been such a blessing. But it is like really, really interesting just to see like what he recognizes. So I'm curious to see if he recognizes this specific hospital, because it is not the hospital he gets injections at. So it should be a pretty positive experience, but I am gonna take you guys with me so you can kind of see how he does, and I can keep you guys updated. I wish that there was something I could tell you about the x-rays as soon as we get them, but I literally don't even know what the doctor is looking for on their x-rays, so I don't even know like what to ask about them. But as soon as I know anything, I will keep you guys updated, because we're hoping to get a consult with the SDR doctor sooner rather than later. Go in with the Rare Beauty contour stick. I swear these are like the most buttery contour sticks in the world. I am obsessed with them. Everything that Selena Gomez does is just perfection. It's so interesting because when you start social media, you become so niched down by whatever footage goes viral. So for example, for myself, all of my family content was performing a lot better and was just really what everybody wanted to see. So that's what I started producing the most of. Now I did want to obviously share Beckham's journey, but it's so interesting because it's almost like you feel as a creator like your audience will hate you if you share like anything other than what your niche is. And I've really been challenging myself lately, I'm sure you guys have noticed, to post outside of my niche, because it's really, really important for my mental health to be able to share the things that I also love outside of just being a mom. So things like makeup, outfits, gym stuff, training and nutrition, all of that good stuff that I'm super passionate about, that brings me a lot of joy. And I do feel like for the most part, you guys have been super receptive. So I just want to say thank you so much to any of you that have been really supportive of me posting a little bit more content that isn't necessarily about the kids, because it's really made me happy just to have that variety, to be able to film different things every day. It's just so important for my mental health. And of course, we all have like favorite pieces of content, right? So even if your favorite thing to see is Beckham, it's always really sweet of you guys just to be supportive because you love me or you love Beckham of anything else that we post. So I just want to say thank you so much, and all of the kind comments definitely do not go unnoticed. I'm literally overheating so bad. You think I would learn? I try not to ever do my makeup in sweat sets, but this one was just so cozy and comfy. But dang, now I'm sweating. Rare Beauty blush, of course, blends out like a dream. I am a blush girl. I love the rosy cheeks. I think it is so pretty and so feminine. Of course, Rare Beauty highlighter. Oh, I need to do my other one. I love this shade. It's Transcend, but it is a little bit more pinky. I like to wear it when I'm a little bit more fair, but when I'm a little bit tanner, I like to wear Flaunt, and it is the prettiest color. It has like a gold undertone. I am obsessed. I like to pop that right along where I did my blush, and then I will drag just a tiny bit up above my brow bone just to lighten up the face, and of course up the nose. You can never glow too much. I can hear the kids waking up. I put them down for their naps a little bit early just because I knew I'd have to wake them up in order to go get Beckham's x-ray, but Hunter should be home any minute. And then I'm just gonna feed Beckham and we're gonna head up there. And hopefully we're back by 5:15 because that is when we were headed over to our friend's house for dinner. Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder is one of my favorite products. It's also one of the only like more expensive high-end pieces of makeup that I use, and I am obsessed. I think it's worth every penny, and it will also last you forever. I love it because it really sets your makeup without making you look too matte. I will forever stand by the fact that I cannot talk and do this at the same time. I do not know how all these makeup girlies on TikTok do it. So I don't know if you guys have seen my Instagram at all, but I actually posted something super exciting today. I am considering taking online training clients again. For those of you that don't know, I was actually an online trainer who specialized in nutrition and disordered eating. Not eating disorders. I only work with clients who have eating disorders if they are also in active therapy with a specialized therapist and they just want my expertise on top of that or in addition to. But I absolutely loved online training. I am so passionate about it. It's definitely one of the areas of my life I feel the most confident in is my knowledge about nutrition, helping girls overcome their fears of food. It's so rewarding, but I did take quite a long break. I have not done online training for about 2 years. I just really wanted to focus my attention on you guys, on creating content, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. But now that I am more like in my groove and that the kids are getting a little bit older and I have a little bit more time, I think I'm going to start taking clients again. I'm very excited. I'm currently creating a website and I'm just excited to dive back into what I am like so passionate about. I know that a lot of you have asked me if I do still train, and unfortunately I've had to tell you no for the past couple years, but I am going to be opening up a clientele. I know that a marketing tactic that so many people use that drives me insane is like saying, I have like 5 more spots, and I'm like, oh my goodness, girl, everybody knows that that is not true. But I'm kind of laughing at myself because I have very limited time. I obviously kind of have a lot on my plate. So I'm actually going to be hiring and training another girl to help me and assist me with online training. And I'm going to be taking a very limited clientele at first because I want to be able to offer just a more impactful experience where you have like full access to me and Hannah, the coach that I'm going to be hiring with me. I'm so excited. So I have not opened up my clientele yet. However, I am creating an email list, and it's not for like anything except for this. I will be emailing the people who are on my email list when my clientele opens up because I know that I will fill up very quickly just because I will only be taking on enough people that can have that full access to me. So I really will be very limited, but I will keep a wait list for cancellations. If you are interested in online training, definitely feel free to shoot me an email. I have my email in my description box for you guys always. So feel free to shoot me an email and I will add you to my email list and let you know when I open up my clientele for new online training clients. I'm so excited. I did it for 8 years and so I definitely missed it a lot. You know, mama is living on caffeine today. Our very last step is going to be lip liner before we set our face, and I love the MAC lip liner in the color Subculture. And then I just top it with a couple colors of the NYX Butter Gloss and it gives you just like the perfect lip. Then we are going to grab Beckham and get out of here. It is a walk-in appointment. LOL at me thinking I can do my lips while I talk to you. It is a walk-in appointment for the x-ray, so we don't have like a specific timetable, which is super nice. They said it shouldn't take any more than 45 minutes, so it should be rather quick. I do like to overline my lips just a little bit because I don't have lip filler, so I like them to look extra plump. Don't forget your Aquaphor. I apply that right before my NYX Butter Gloss because heaven knows that it is dry as hell in Utah. And apply this right on top. And then I'm a little bit extra. I like to set my face with 2 setting sprays. I love the One Size by Patrick Star, I believe. It is so good. It really mattifies your face though, so you're gonna look so matte. So after that, I like to go in with the Morphe setting spray, and that just kind of makes everything look a little bit more luminous. And I swear it's the perfect combo to make your makeup last literally all day. Okay, let's go get our little guy and head to the hospital. We've been spending way too much time at the hospital lately, but we are home, we are healthy, and also thank you so much for all the love on our video about Blakely. She's home, healthy, and back to her little perfect self. Look at this hottie who just got home to take my wild child. Hunter's gonna take Blakely. Are you gonna go on like a little date?
I think I might take her to play some games at Fat Cats. As you guys know, like that big arcade. That's where there's tons of games for little kids, and she loves it. So either take her there or to Costco for a slice of pizza, because that's our classic date. We sit down at a table. So cute. She just talks and talks and talks to me while she eats this slice of pizza.
Oh, that's adorable.
And so one or the other. I don't think we have time for both because we're seeing some friends tonight, but definitely one or the other.
I already told them. I said not to make it weird, but we're going to hang out with my ex-boyfriend and his wife.
That is so funny. What like a crazy story.
I know. It's crazy. I was thinking it'd be so funny to make TikToks with Sydney tonight.
That would be
it'd be hilarious.
So funny.
I'm like, if the boys can like play it cool and be funny about it, it could be really funny.
We'll do dances as well.
Oh, that would be so funny.
Of course.
So like Hunter said, he's gonna stay here with Blakely. I am going to take Beckham. We will get the x-ray and then I will give you guys a nice little update. Doll, do you have any updates? Right, we just send the x-ray in and then we schedule the consult, right?
So we send the x-rays in and then we gather all of the paperwork.
Pause. Let me let him explain this to you guys because honestly, Hunter has been like, he's done like everything for the surgery. Like he has been so amazing, so on top of everything for Beckham. So I'll just let him explain it all.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just create a file and we'll drop all of the papers from his intensive at Now I Can, as well as all the paperwork just kind of containing Rachel and I's information, and then the x-rays as well from today. And once that's all dropped into a folder, we can send it to them for a virtual consult. And the doctor will essentially just go, hey, he's a perfect candidate for this surgery. Here are the risks, here are the pros, here are the cons, and we'll make an educated decision. Or he'll say he's not a good candidate and he wouldn't consider him in the first place, and then we'll continue doing Botox. However, my hope, honestly, is that he is a candidate. Now, it obviously goes without saying that if he's not a candidate, I'm not going to want the surgery for him, but my hope is that he does need it, simply because it'll get him out of these Botox rotations where he goes from super comfortable for 30 to 45 days to less comfortable every day after that until he can get Botox again. So it'd mean the world to me as a father if I could stop seeing my little boy in pain and he could finally have a surgery that would permanently fix that, which would also allow him to go to the hospital less, us to go to the hospital less, him to have less injections, less healing, less just kind of strain on his little body, because he needs local anesthesia every single time he gets Botox now, because we've made modifications to the Botox. It's Dysport as well as what else? Phenol. So anyways, I would love if he was a candidate and it was in his best interest for him to get this surgery.
See, we just had a quick little hiccup before we head over to the hospital, huh? We had to do a quick little bath. Oh my goodness, you're so cute. Look at that cute little face. Oh, his big brown eyes, I die. He's so perfect. Heated up a Bear Bell for a little snacky snack before we head out. I love Bear Bells. I do wish I had Built Puffs, but I have like 10 boxes in the mail. So this will be a great snack for today. Did you say hi to Bubba? Blakely just took a bath, huh? It was bath day for both of the kids. Oh, you tickling him? Yeah, okay, Bubba, let's go.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I won. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like...
Okay, you guys, so it is actually the next day. Beckham's x-rays went really, really well. It was very interesting because, like I mentioned earlier in today's vlog, it was at a different hospital than he usually gets his injections at. So I was curious to see how much PTSD came back just from him being afraid that he was going to get poked, and that definitely took place. So they had like a very long table, just a typical x-ray table. I'm sure you guys are familiar, but they had like a little towel for his head, and the fortunate thing is that they needed an x-ray on his hips and on his spine, so we didn't have to take his pants off, which I felt would really play in our favor, just because every time he gets shots, his pants are taken off, and that's kind of when the anxiety starts to set in. I was also really fortunate. I was able to put on one of like those big gowns, and I was able to be right by him. I never had to leave the x-ray table, so I was literally like holding his hands, singing patty cake to him, right at his face, and I think that really helped calm him. The two x-ray technicians that were helping us were also so sweet and so understanding, just because he obviously had to to hold still, so we kind of had to hold him down. However, he did start crying and he was really nervous at first, but after the first or second x-ray, he was doing really, really well, and it was so sweet. I started to play patty cake with him, and through his tears, he like started to smile and laugh, which was so sweet. So they got the 2 different x-rays that they needed. It was multiple x-rays, but just of 2 different parts of his body, his pelvis and his hips, and then his spine. So that's going to be sent to our pediatrician. Our pediatrician will then let us know that it came in, and then we get to submit all of that information to Dr. Park. But we are very excited. The process is moving along very, very well, and I think that's the last thing like hands-on that we need to do. So we are hoping that everything just goes really smoothly, that we're able to get a consultation, and then we'll be able to update you guys on how that consultation goes, which should give us like the bulk of the information that we're looking for. We also had such a great time at our friend's house last night. It was all positive vibes, super fun, and they have 2 kids that are the exact same age as Beckham and Blakely, so they had so much fun playing. But I'm gonna go into the gym and get in a nice little workout before diving into motherhood and work for the day. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's vlog. Of course, I want to remind you to be brave like Beckham, and we'll catch you on our next vlog. Bye!